Here we are with the MIUO Smart Mini Plug. I'm going to use this with the Amazon Alexa integration, and hopefully I'll end up with a smart plug that runs by my command. So the box is pretty small. Just open it quickly. This came in a double pack, which was very well priced. There's the instructions. Seem like it works with Alexa, works with Google Assistant, and it works with IFTT if they're oh, be quiet, Alexa. The instructions seem pretty straightforward. Seem like they're written in reasonable English, and seem to be pretty well detailed. I think it's using the same app that I've used with a smart switch before, and I had a good experience with that. So if so, we'll see how this goes. I was happy with that. And let's look at the device itself. MIUO. Pretty straightforward. 120 voltage, grounded, which is important. It's not a physical on-off button right there. 120 voltage there. Let's look at the specs here. So it's got 15 amps, input and output, 125 volts. Maximum power is 1875 watts, which is quite a lot. So you could run a heater off of this, which is interesting. That could be a pretty good application for it. And it does 802.11 wireless, BG or N. Seems to have some reasonably good certifications, and once again, grounded, very important. All right, so let's get to the setup of the smart control on this. So this app is a different app than the one I had used. So I'm going to have to actually go through the registration process, put in my phone number. I'll stop it for that. So here's the device plugged into the wall. Here's the app that's set up. I've registered it. Basically, you have to confirm the number and set a password. Now it's asking for location access. Wants me to add a device. So I'm going to scan nearby equipment. Okay, pressing the button. Wants me to power on the device and confirm that the indicator light rapidly blinks. So I press that button for a little bit, a couple seconds. Now it's blinking rapidly. I have to put in my Wi-Fi password. Okay, so I had to put in my Wi-Fi password. It told me that it only supports 2.4 gigahertz channels. So, you know, just something to be aware of if you have a 5 gigahertz network, and that's what you were preferring to use. Not great support. By the way, I'm using an iPhone 7 Plus here, so this is the iOS version of the app. You can see that the light is now not flashing any longer. So we'll just wait here. It says make sure the phone and the device are as close to your router as possible. I'm not sure if that's always reasonable. I am about 30 feet from my mesh access point right now. So it says it is searching for the device. It's found it. It's registering the device to the cloud. I think that's going on, and then initializing the device. So this process is probably going to take about a minute and a half, 2 minutes here. Not super long. Reasonably comparable to the smart switch I used. Now this device does monitor your energy. It can do that. Oh, it failed. Okay. So what do we got to do? We got to start it over again. Okay. It's flashing. Let me pause this. So the normal setup wouldn't work for me, and that might be because I have a mesh network, which might add some peculiarities to this. So in the app itself, not in the directions, it tells you how to set up in AP mode. So that's what I'm doing now. Basically, you have to hold down that button there for 5 seconds till it blinks rapidly. And you have to hold it down again another 5 seconds till it blinks like this. And that allows you to use AP mode. So in the app, it shows you how to do. You continue to the next step. Then you look for this network, Smart Life network. Connect to that. Go back to the Smart Life app. Connect now. And we'll give this 2 minutes to see if it works. Okay, so that was just a big fat user error. I just had the password wrong. Once I put the right password in, it worked fine using the normal mode. I didn't need AP mode. So it works, you can see, boom, click the light on. It connects right there. So looking at this, you can switch it on, you can set a timer. It says the schedule accuracy is within plus or minus 30 seconds. It has a schedule. Repeat this only once. You can repeat it on specific days or all days. You tell it to switch it on or switch it off. So then you can have a separate schedule to switch it off. Save that. You can have it also set a timer from now. So that's interesting use. And then you can look at how much wattage it's actually used. So that's useful for all sorts of different things. You may not need the ability to turn something on and off, but you might want to be able to measure how much energy a particular device is using. So if you plug it into here, you can figure that out and track it over time. It's pretty useful. Now I'm going to look at the Alexa integration. So let's try enabling this skill using just audio commands, voice commands. Alexa, enable skill Smart Life.
Smart Life is already enabled. To manage your settings, go to the smartphone section of your Alexa app.
Okay, so that worked. Alexa, discover devices.
Starting discovery. This will take up to 20 seconds. If you haven't already, please enable the smartphone skill for your smart device from the Alexa app.
Okay, so that's taking some time. Okay, so I figured out the little problem I was having with Alexa when I enabled the skill. It was, I had already used a Smart Life app from a different manufacturer. And these two pieces of software are pretty much the same app, but when you set it up, you're going to have two different accounts. So I had a previous switch on that piece of software, and I had this new smart plug on this piece of software. And because they're two different accounts, Alexa didn't know what to do with this one because it was already with this one. So once I fixed that, Alexa was able to figure that out. So you can see that the plug's over here with the switch. Works. Good. So now I'm back in here. Let's cover those devices. Take a little bit to do that. One thing I like about this is that you don't need a hub. So a lot of these smart devices, you might need an extra piece to translate that, but with this you don't. And there it is. See, it actually takes just a tiny bit longer with that to talk through the device, but it works great. So now let's look at the final product. You heard that very audible click. That's the relay going off in the middle of this device, turning it on and off. I don't really mind that, but some people might like to know that there's a physical connection going on there. So let's try this out. Alexa, turn on mini plug.
Okay.
And there it is. You heard the mini plug click on, and you heard Alexa say, okay. Alexa, turn off mini plug.
Okay.
There we go. Job finished.